Good morning, everybody. I guess this is day 43, I think. 42, 43, 43. It's only 6:20. I left camp about 4:15. We're trying to get up here over Pincho Pass before the snow softens up. Got my micro spikes on. You know, it's a pain in the ass following this trail in this section because I keep losing the trail. I mean, everyone does. And I just fucking wasted probably an hour of my time combined just trying to find the trail after losing it in the snow. I actually got some sleep last night because I slept below 10,000 feet. I did not sleep the night before, so I was exhausted yesterday. And I don't know what it's going to be like tonight. I don't think I could find a place below 10,000. So the plan is Pincho Pass today. I want to do Mather Pass in the same day. I don't know if that's going to happen. If not, Mather tomorrow. And then the next day or the same day, I will exit the trail, Bishop Pass to Resupply. So it's been very slow going in this section. I'm doing probably half the miles or some days less than what I was doing. So I'm trying to get used to that mentally. And then during the day, it's been getting warm, very warm up here. So the snow starting to soften earlier and earlier. So once the snow softens, it's really difficult to walk on it. So I'm trying to shift my schedule and get up as early as I can. That's it for now. I'm going to try to make my way to Pincho Pass. I believe that is Pincho Pass up there. Hike the PCT, they said. You'll love it, they said. Hey, what's up, everybody? Just got done with Pincho Pass. It was grueling, like every other pass, because there's a lot of snow. To give you an idea of what the pacing is like, I normally will hike 3.5 miles an hour. At the slow end, 3. Sometimes I've hiked 4 miles an hour. I'm a pretty fast hiker, but I camped about 5.8 miles from the pass, the top of the pass. It took me 4 hours to get to the top of the pass. That's how slow moving it is because of several factors, like of course the snow, the elevation, just catching my breath. I'm overall just functioning slower and more tired. Lack of sleep. Losing the trail is a big one. Like I'll be hiking and then all of a sudden there's a big batch of snow and I don't know where the trail goes. So sometimes I'll lose the trail, have to find it. And it's a pain in the ass even with the app. Just blow down. So it's just really, the high climbing. Frustrated me, but every night before I go to sleep, I have a little talk with myself and, I have to remind myself that that's how life is. You're not going to quit because something gets a little harder. You're not going to quit because circumstances aren't what you're used to. You forge on, you push on, you embrace the suck, because on the other side, could be something beautiful. Morning, everybody. What's up? Day 44 on the trail. I'm ready to hit Mather Pass. It'll be a doozy.
You lost your high, you lost your way, you lost your friends, just another day. It's all coming back now.
We're about to go up there, folks.
Left to say. Who am I to tell you the way things ought to be? Who am I?
Climbing up, baby.
Yeah, brother.
There's Alex. Digging in.
Yeah, Alex.
You got it, baby. You got it. Everybody, Mather Pass.
Yeah.
Woo-woo. We did it. For all you guys that want the views, here's the view. What are we at, 12,000 something? It's here with Alex and Liam. Just did Mather Pass. That's right, 12,000 and something. Hardest part of the day is over.
But you offered a little bit. You took a painted picture pressure and you tainted it. You lost your mind, you lost your soul, you lost your faith and now you're blind. It's all coming back now, but you want it to rewind. Who am I to tell you?
Well, I just had a nice lunch on top of this gorgeous view. Now climbing down to finally below, I think we'll be going down about 8,000 feet to about 8,000. And then I've got about 9 miles to get to the Bishop Pass Trail. And then at that point, it's about 8,700 feet in elevation. So I'll be able to sleep and breathe. Because I'm having a problem above 10,000 feet roughly. But hopefully, if I get there early enough, I'll do some of that trail. I think it's 11.5 miles down into the parking lot, so I can get to Bishop and resupply. That's the plan for now. And there's no snow, and it looks like there's probably going to be no snow ahead for a bit. We're getting lower in elevation. So I'll be able to crank out some miles finally.
Ain't it just funny how the time flies? What's left to prove? Nothing but lies. It must be so hard for you to find peace, a parody of yourself at the very least. Well, money can't hide all the bad things you do, or your bad advice that I fell into. You never want to go back, but it's
I've been in this long stretch without any snow. I needed this. I'm making up some miles. I definitely needed this because I don't know. I actually thought about quitting yesterday, but that's a story for another time. I'm not going to quit, but it's been really, really, really difficult for me with the elevation and the lack of breathing and lack of sleep and the snow. So I'm going to be at the Bishop Pass Trail Junction in about 4.2 miles, so just a little more than an hour. And I'm going to stay there because it's a lower elevation. It's like 8,500 elevation, so I shouldn't have any problem sleeping. And then I got 11.5 miles to go down the side trail, the Bishop Pass Trail, to get into the parking lot where I can hitch into. So it's been a slow, grueling 4 days so far, but I'm seeing some kind of light at the end of the tunnel. I think after Mura Pass, which is the next one, they start getting easier from there. The elevation starts dropping, so this is the high Sierra and the most difficult part of the trail. So I'm hanging in there. Look at that.
This is the prettiest place they've ever gone swimming at. So.
I would go swimming if I was in a rush.
This is the prettiest place people ever gone swimming. People in far out were saying.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is day, I'm forgetting, 44. If I'm wrong, I'll correct myself in the text in the video, but I think it's day 44. It's been tough. I haven't shot much footage over the last 4 days for several reasons. One, I've been doing a lot of walking in the snow, and there are a lot of places where the trail can't be found, and I have to keep looking for the trail, and then I use the GPS app, the Far Out app, to try to find the trail. So I'm using a lot of the phone's battery, and I'm, frustrated a lot of the times, and doing these passes are very dangerous, so I don't want to be filming or shooting video on climbing a pass. So I'm trying to do one pass a day. That's the goal. It's been really grueling. As I mentioned, I haven't been able to sleep above certain elevation, usually above like 10,000 feet. I can't sleep at all. So I've had several sleepless nights because I have trouble catching my breath when I'm trying to sleep. I'm out of breath on the climbs. I feel though, since yesterday, it's getting a little better. I think I'm acclimating a little bit, but it's taking way too long. And I'll be honest, yesterday I wanted to quit for the first time. I'll be very honest. I was frustrated. I didn't see the light at the end of the tunnel. And then yesterday afternoon, I found a spot close to Mather Pass, about 3 miles out, that I was going to stay at and hit the pass early in the morning, because that's what we do. We hit the passes really early while the snow is still crunchy, so it's easier to ascend and descend. Otherwise, it gets very dangerous. If the snow starts getting slushy, you slip and slide, and you put yourself at risk, and it's also very slow moving. So I found this tent site, and there were a couple of guys there that I've been seeing on and off for the past week or so, and we ended up cowboy camping there. It was like 11,500 feet. A little cold, but we did the pass together. We hiked together all day, and honestly, I was going to quit until they showed up. I don't know why, but I just felt just hiking with some people rejuvenated me. And today we did have an easy day. After we did the pass, which was a little tough but manageable, we descended all day, and we got down to about 8,000 feet. So now I'm about 8,500 feet. So it should be easier for me to sleep, and it's not going to be as cold. But we had a long stretch without any snow. So we walked a good 10 miles without snow, which was awesome. Because I was getting feeling really hopeless, because I was hardly doing any miles, and it just seemed impossible with the breathing issues and walking on the snow and the dangerous creek crossings. And I know that comes with the territory here in the Sierra, but I'm like, maybe I'm not cut out for it, you know. But I thought about it, and that's not what we do. We don't quit when things are tough. We don't quit when the circumstances are slightly different. You know, we push on. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm heading into Bishop tomorrow to resupply. I'm right near Bishop Pass. I'm at this ranger station. I'm just going to camp on the property here. No one's here. It's closed. There's a lot of camping spots here. So I'm going to stay here. Bishop Pass is an exit to get off of the trail. It's 11.5 miles, so I have a good walk to get down to the parking lot where I can hitch a ride to Bishop and resupply and figure out my next strategy. I think that I'm done with the the toughest part of the Sierra, or probably the whole trail, because we're still in the high Sierra. And I think after the next pass, I looked on the notes on far out, it's about a 20-mile stretch without any snow, and then there's the passes get lower. So after Muir Pass, they start getting to like 10,000 feet and lower. So the hardest part I feel is over with. That's what's making me push on through. And I know that I don't mean to sound negative, but I was cruising through the desert. I feel great. I have no problems with my body, but this whole elevation thing really affected me more than I thought it would. So that's it for now. Again, day 44. I'm going to get some sleep soon and get up really early to hit the Bishop Pass Trail and get into Bishop to resupply. So thank you very much, and see you soon. Hey, good morning, everybody. What's up? Today's day 45. Today's actually not a trail day. Today, I'm exiting the trail so I can resupply. I'm out of food, out of toilet paper, out of battery power. My phone's almost dead. My headlamp's almost dead. I've been just pathetically inching along here in the high Sierra. Out of all the hikers I've met, I've had the biggest problem with the elevation. Last night, I managed to sleep below 9,000 feet, so I actually had decent sleep. It's about 5:30 a.m. I head out around 3:30. I've been hiking for 2 hours in the dark. Yeah, the view here is beautiful, but I'm doing about half the miles or less that I was doing in the desert. I'm not made for the mountains, I admit it. I'm not going to shoot much more video today because I'm just exiting the trail, and my phone's low on power, so I need the phone to navigate, because there are sections where I can't find the trail because of the snow. All right, kids, made it to Bishop Pass. It's all downhill from here. I did about 6.5 miles. I have about 5 and change to go to get to the end so I can hitch a ride to Resupply. I'm probably not going to shoot much more video after this, but I just wanted to show you the views. It's beautiful. Tough climb, as always. Hey, what's up, everybody? Made it back to Bishop to Resupply. I know that I said it was in Bishop last time, and if you don't know the trail, it's kind of weird. There's like 3 different access points to Bishop. So I got off at this time at Bishop Pass Trail, and I had to do Bishop Pass early this morning. I think I left it to give you an idea of how the mileage has really shrunk on this section for me. I left at 3:20 a.m. And it took me 7+ hours to go 11.5 miles. And that's just to exit the trail, because in this section, to get off the trail to Resupply, it's pretty much like a half a day's hike. But at the rate I was going in the past 4 days or so, it did take me a lot longer. Like I would do 11 miles for breakfast normally. So I'm doing less than half the miles I was doing in the desert, which is kind of a bummer. I'm pushing through. I've done so far, well, I did Forester Pass. I did Glen Pass, Pincho Pass, Mather Pass. I did Kearsarge to get on and off the trail. And then I just did Bishop Pass to get off the trail this time. So I'm in Bishop. The hostel was full. It's Sunday, so I got a hotel room for myself. I'm just really, really tired. I have some resupply shopping to do and some things to get. I don't even feel like doing it right now. I'm trying to edit the rest of these videos. I've got the worst or the toughest of the passes behind me. I actually really enjoy climbing the passes because it's kind of exciting. You have to really focus, because if you slip a half an inch one way with your foot, that could end your life. So it's kind of like the one point in the day where my adrenaline is just going and I feel alive, and I feel like I'm at that point where there's nothing else that's going through my head but that step, each stab of the ice axe. So the passes themselves have been fun, but getting to the pass has been tough with all the snow. It's been slower for me than other hikers, even though I was kind of outpacing everyone in the desert. Everyone's now outpacing me in the Sierra, but I'm not worried about it, because once I get out of the Sierra, I'm off like a rocket. So I'm going to enjoy the rest of the afternoon and the evening in Bishop. Oh, I got a new hiking shirt, by the way. A new sun hoodie. I was sick of seeing myself in it. I'm sure you were sick of seeing me in it. But my sun hoodie ripped. I got it caught and I kind of fell and it ripped. And then before that, the zipper pull fell off. So there goes that shirt. I got a new shirt, and I had to get a new set of crampons because my crampons are shot. I'm sorry, not micro spikes. The Black Diamond Distance Z spikes. I think I spoke about them in my gear video. I don't know if I did or not, but they are, they have a fabric cover, which is supposed to be more comfortable on your feet. And it is comfortable on my feet, but the spike wiring is actually stitched into that fabric cover, and they got shredded to pieces. I think I used them 6 times. So those spikes stink. Don't buy them. And I got another pair of spikes today. So yeah, just gear mishaps. It happens. But, I'm going to get back to the trail, probably tomorrow. And, that's it for now. So again, day 45, today was an exit day. So I didn't do any trail miles. I just hiked off the trail to get back to Bishop to resupply.